Welcome to Get Roaring. I am Rory. Fancy meeting you here. It's time for some NHL franchise mode action. Playoffs. That's what we're doing today. Hey, you ready? I think I'm ready. Probably ready. I have the remnants of my coffee. Ironically, McDonald's coffee in a Tim's mug. I don't know if that's some kind of like Ghostbuster crossing the stream type thing. I don't know. Could be. Could be. Tastes good though. Alright. We got the Montreal Canadiens, eh? Let's take a look at... I think we took a look at their lines before, but we'll just get a little reminder, you know. Little reminder. They got the Nuge. Nuge is 39 now. Suzuki, Caulfield, Pasta, Wild. Bolduc, sort of. Florian, Jackeye. Drury, Thorpe. Lavoie. Tuominen, and Campbell. So their bottom six is not as strong. Defense, Lane Hudson, Noah Dobson, insane. Arbor, Jackeye, the Jackeye brothers playing together. Reinbacher, so their top four is ridiculous. Well, three of the top four. Arbor, Jackeye is pretty good. Siegenthaler and Tony D'Angelo at 36. Goodness. Goalies are Montembeault and Dobish. That's gonna flop next season. Like they're gonna, you know, I don't know where Montembeault is gonna be in that, but probably on another team. Anyway, alright. I think we're good to go. Our records are really the same, so this is gonna be tight. This is gonna be a hard matchup. But I think we got the team. I think we got ourselves in a good situation. Our chemistry could use a little work. I don't know if our morale is in great shape, but let's see how we do. Let's see how we do. First period, game 1. Rock and roll. Noah Dobson puts one in on the power play. Pasta gets one as well. Wolf having a rough start. First 8 minutes, not good. First 10 minutes, not good. D'Angelo on the power play. Power play for us. Not a whole lot going on there. All from the one side, too. Kind of wild. Alright, better second period. There we go. Owen Power, short-handed goal. That's the way to do it. You're going to give up penalties? Put in short-handed goals. It's like simple. Why not? Why not? Why not? Really. Power play again from Montreal. We are coughing up penalties like no tomorrow. Logan Cooley puts one in on Montembeault. Gets us within 1. So this is achievable. We can do this. 5-on-3. Logan Cooley scores after that because he's like, you know what? We can still do that. Still get a goal. Power play for Montreal. It's getting close to the wire here. We're still putting shots on, though. Drury puts one in with 1:27 left. So just take the game away. All of that comeback. You know what? Don't put yourself down 3-0. That's how it goes. Logan Cooley with 2. Owen Power 1-1. Noah Dobson 1-1. Okay. Acme, how you doing, man? Yeah, we're getting roaring this morning. That's what we're doing. Not the first game, though. We won't talk about that. We came roaring back, but then we coughed up a goal with like less than 90 seconds left. That's just sadness and pain and woe. It was weeping and gnashing of teeth among the villagers. Alright. Game 2. We lost one at home. We gave up our situation there. Our home ice advantage. Lejunin puts one in on Montembeault. Power play for us, nothing doing. Carlson puts one in, good stuff. So you're getting a lead and holding it. That'd be good. 2-0 after 2. I like this a lot better. Now we just can't let them in. Oh, fancy meeting you here as well. My day's pretty good so far. Tamura with the short-handed goal. Ladipov with the power play goal. Special teams are doing work. Good stuff. I hope your weekend is fantastic. I hope you also got your lighting situation solved. 4-0 after 2 going into the third. Like this a lot better than the first game. I mean, so far. Down to 10. Montreal fans are doing the how many goals each minute math. Power play again, nothing doing. That's it. 4-0 win. Beauty. That's what you want to see. Dustin Wolf just locks it down. Ladipov with 1-1 and Lejunin with a goal as well. Good stuff. That's what I wanted to see. Day's good though. Get a coffee. You know. Oh, excellent. Truth be told, it wasn't based on any, like, special information I got going. I mean, my situation here is I'm in a corner of, like, our condo. And it's kind of like a solarium. So these are just our blinds that are behind me. But they're great diffusers of light. Because they're not, like, opaque. So it provides, like, a... cuts it down, but really I just did a search to see like what was going on and like what options were available, because I was curious as well when you were working on it. I'm like, how do you solve that situation? Because obviously people have lighting systems behind them, and it's like you don't want to have you want to have lighting systems, but you also need a way to, you know, not have it be the focus. So that's all I was doing was I was searching with you at the time. It wasn't based on advanced knowledge. Just to be perfectly honest. Yeah, man. Basically work. It's like, I don't know. Let me Google that. It's funny how the context changes in my current situation. If it's like, if I'm streaming in the evening, which I don't tend to do anymore, but if I did, the lighting would be very different. Lejunin puts one in early. Caulfield gets one back. New game, basically. Yeah, I got my coffee. Got my coffee this morning. And we had our prayer meeting over the phone. And then it's this, and then I have to survive Costco to go get burgers and buns and stuff like that. Because, you know, cost of living and everything, and that's pretty much the quickest and most cost-efficient way to get a lot of burgers for a barbecue at church tomorrow. Yeah, my dad, I'll never forget this. This was like when I was younger. My dad he was an accountant before he retired, and I was sitting there like I'm a developer, so I was like working on a school project. This is back when I lived with my parents, and I was like working on it, and I was stuck. And my dad came down, and he's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know, I'm stuck on something. He's like, what is it? Just tell me. I'm like, no, it's coding stuff. Don't worry about it. Like, oh, it's coding. He's like, just talk to me. And I'm like, okay, fine. And I was like, I started talking about what my code was doing, and I was going through the process, and then I got to one point, and I was like, oh, and my dad was just like, see? And then he walked away. It was so good. But it was one of those moments, it's like, sometimes you just need to bounce it off somebody else, you know? My brother will do that. He'll just call me or text me, he's be like, I need to bounce stuff off you. That's how it goes. The end of 1. It's 2-1 Montreal. Not good. Oh, never mind. Yakimchuk just tied it up. New game. Okay. Yeah, it seriously helps. And it doesn't even have to be like a technical person sometime, or even somebody that knows what they're talking about. You just talk about it yourself, talk it through, and then if they do know, that's more a benefit. But if you can talk it through and maybe something shakes loose, you know? Line up off with the power play goal to make it 3-2 after 2. Mr. Lavoie scores a power play goal. Power play goal for Montreal again. 3-3. We've been here before. We need to take this one. This is in Montreal now. The building is raucous. It's crazy. They're singing Ole 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 like they're from Europe or something. OT time. Which is kind of redundant, but you know. Overtime time? Anyway. Could be overtime time. Long power play for Montreal. Nothing doing. They're up to 44 shots. We're getting close too. Power play for Montreal going into the end of the period. We make it to the end of OT. Going into the second. TT? Well, somebody won the game. It was Montreal. Sadness. Thorpe puts in the winner somewhere in the second OT there. Cole Caulfield 1-1. Noah Dobson 1-1. Montembeault with 43 stops. Make it to the 5th period of hockey. Simishev is injured. So that would be why Yakimchuk was getting more ice time. Let's take a look how our defense is doing then. See what coach is doing to us. As like a friend of mine, his cat. I forget what it was. His wife's from China. They live in the States now. But I forget what it was. It was like Mimi or something. It was something like that, but it meant in Cantonese or Mandarin or whatever she spoke, it was like cat was the cat's name. Which was fantastic. Coach is opting to stick with the injured player. I'm kind of okay with that, actually. The A is done. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about it too. Like, if we didn't have prayer meeting this morning, I would have probably gone at 9. But instead, I'm going to have to, like, wade into the depths this afternoon after lunch. Which, you know, c'est la vie. Just, you just get your bubble, and then you wade through the crowds, and eventually you make it out there alive. That's pretty much how it goes. Not the end of the world. I want to check out roster moves. I just want to see if there's anybody down in the A. Thompson's injured. There's Pert. Havlid. There's not anybody that I'm like, yo, man, I gotta have them up here. Like, Pert was playing some serious time. Havlid was not. And after that, it's kind of like, whatever. I guess Jack Thompson was doing okay? I don't know. It crossed my mind, but there's also like I was thinking that too, because I do like the chicken fingers and fries there, and they have a, this is a Canadian thing, right? We don't have the chicken bake here, but we do have a Montreal smoked meat sandwich, and that thing is fantastic. Obviously we got the dogs and the pizza. They added these like crazy Sundays recently, which, if I go for one of those, it's not going to be alone. Like, me and my wife are going to have to tackle that sucker. But The smoked meat sandwich is good, and also since this is Canada, we have poutine at Costco, the Costco lunch counter, and it is a beast. That thing is huge. So the tempting options are always the pizza and Montreal smoked meat, and then poutine. But normally I'll get the chicken fingers and fries because they're pretty decent. Today though, today we have like leftover. Yes, and it's like I was just thinking about that. It's like if somebody came here and they had not had poutine before, not had real poutine, which I mean, you kind of only get real poutine in Quebec, really, unless you can acquire some squeaky cheese curds here, because like those are made in Quebec. That's the real place to get them. And places there, if they don't serve it like fresh, then it's like a curse on them and their family, or they're just, it's like a scousty joint basically. So you can't get away with that stuff. In Ontario, you'll have places that'll have put like shredded cheese on it and be like, "This is poutine." It's like, no, that's gravy and cheese on fries. That's not poutine. It has to be squeaky cheese, fresh squeaky cheese curds, in order to really be correct. Not that I mind gravy and cheese on fries. I mean, come on, but that's just the way. So Costco's, I don't think is too bad. There's places that are specifically that only do poutine, like that is their thing. Pretty much, that's what it is. If it's not cheese curds, like fresh cheese curds, then that's all it is, right? And so there's a difference in understanding there. People will be like, "Oh, this is poutine." It's like, no, it's not. It's cheese and gravy. But you get like a nice like thick beef gravy, and you get the cheese curds, and that's like the deal. There's a place that we went to in Quebec City, and it was like a know-nothing small snack bar, like just a place you walk in and you get steamed hot dogs and poutine and stuff like that. Best one I've ever had in my life, and it was amazing. And it's like you just sit on a bench in the back, like their patio is a hole that exists between the buildings around it, because it's Quebec City, everything's jammed, even in the new part, right? So you're just sitting in the, like, you're looking up between the buildings in this like patio, eating your steamed hot dogs and poutine, and it's like, that was like the best. That was the best. Here you can get decent stuff. There's even some major places like New York Fries, ironically, makes pretty decent poutine. And then there's places like Smokes that are like dedicated to it. They are poutineries. That's what they do. That's it. So, Anyway, that was a poutine lesson for today. Let's do multi-select. I'm gonna do... Who's kind of at the bottom here? The other defenseman. Okay. Let's try that. Let's see if that makes a difference. View lines. It's probably still Simishev, but I just want to... No, not that. Not that. Oh man, it's good. And I would like to try the I would love to try the chicken bake at least once. Just cuz it looks fantastic. But I'm not unhappy with our options. If you want to say it that way. Simishev is still in. I don't know if it would make a difference if we went head coach preferred. No, we won't. Okay. Coach is staying with it. That's fine. Gotta double check, Alright. Alright. So, if you do go to the Costco food counter, what's your go-to then? If it's not the chicken bake? Because I thought that was, like, the standard. I mean, the hot dog is always there, but I thought the chicken bake was the standard. Oh, I look forward to trying one of those. But also, again, I'm not doing it alone. I might die. Textier puts one in on Montembeau. There's a lot of French going on there. Latipov puts one in on Montembeau. Good stuff. Textier gets a short-handed goal. Fantastic. The Nuge puts one in. Sure. All right. We're up 3-1 after 2. Can we hang in there? That is all. 3-1 win over Montreal. Texier with 2. Wolf 29 stops. Carlson 2 assists. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, series is tied 2-2. Chicago obliterates Dallas. Just destroys them. The Oilers and Sharks are 2-2. Columbus is up 3-1 on the Rangers. And again, we are 2-2 with the Canadiens. So it's a best of 3 at this point. Power play goal from Brad Marchand. What a guy. Thorpe gets one right back, though. Unfortunate. Like 13 seconds later. Goodness. All that effort, Brad. Nothing doing. Tied game again. Momentum lost. Boldy puts one in, though. Gives us the shot in the arm we need. Get back to it. All right. Had a little bit of a power play there. Nothing doing, though. Rasmus Dahlin gives us a 3-1 lead. Got that insurance marker. Time is ticking down. Caulfield gets one late. 42 seconds left. He scored at 1 minute left exactly. Couldn't do anything after that. Probably pulled the goalie. Wolf stands tall. 28 stops. Dahlin 1. Boldy 1. The big players are the big players. That's what we need. It's what we need to close out the series. We're hoping. That's the hope. Hope we can get to the conference final here. All right. Game 6. We have an opportunity here. Opportunity to eliminate Montreal. Hanzik puts one in the first 3 minutes. Beauty. Quiet first. We got the lead, though. Not anymore. The Nuge puts one in. Power play for Montreal. We're guiding the play. Montreal puts in another one just after the power play. 2-1. So we put one in first, but Montreal came roaring back here. They got roaring. We don't want that. We're the ones who are supposed to roar. We are the Buffaloes. Roaring Buffaloes? I don't even know. Boldy puts one in. Can we tie it? Don't want to go 7. We're going 7. All right. Didn't want to do it, but here we are. Suzuki with 1-1, Caulfield 1-1, Montembeau. So we had our big boys doing the work last time, and they did this time. Going 7 against Montreal. The Sharks move on past the Oilers. They're going to face Chicago. But both series in the East are going 7. So it could be Columbus or New York. It could be us or Montreal. I'm hoping us. Let's take a look at the lineup just quick. Because I think we may have had some injuries in there. I don't know. The first 2 lines are okay. It seems we're okay. Dimashev is healthy again. Wolf is okay. Okay. All right, Game 7. Season comes down to this. Can we move past Montreal? Very even opponent, very even series. Pushing it to 7. Pasta pokes his head out. Of course, in a Game 7. Marchand gets one back. The 2 old guys are doing work. Okay. Shots are 11-5, though, at this point. That didn't help us last game, though. We need to keep on the pressure. Power play on our side. Brad Marchand again. Clutch. New Hook puts one in. 3-1 lead. Closing in the end of the second. Another power play. Nothing doing there. 32 shots to 9. What is happening? 34 shots to 10 at the end of the second. Goodness. We are piling on the shots. Still is not like the biggest lead ever. Montembeau's playing out of his mind over there just to keep them in this thing. Lejunin scores the 4th though. They can't stop the Tide. Short-handed by Tamura. Nails are being put in coffins. Many, many nails. And that would be it for Montreal in Game 7. They caved in Game 7. Brad Marchand. The elder statesman. The old guy in the room. 2 goals to help win us this one. Tamura with 1-1 from an old guy to a youngster. And then Dustin Wolf, 22 stops. Rock solid. Goodbye, Montreal. Conference final time. We're going to be playing the Columbus Blue Jackets in the conference final. Fantastic. All right. All right. Jet Greaves has been playing insane, I guess. 640 save percentage, 1.80 goals against average. That's nuts. I mean, Dustin Wolf is doing fantastic. 2.29 is not the best. But we're scoring 3 a game. They're scoring 3.21. Goals against for us is much lower than theirs. So obviously they've been switching goalies. Our power play is slightly better. Their penalty kill is slightly better, although both of them are good. Let's take a look at their lineup and see what we're facing in the conference final here. Columbus Blue Jackets. They got Voronkov, Kent Johnson, and Yahir Godfrey, 22-year-old. Okay, 2nd overall pick. Sniper. He's got 14 points in 14 games. Okay, well that's going to be scary. Kurashev, Fantilli, and Marchenko are their second line. Dumais and Veleno and Heinen. And what does the defense look like? Wawrinski and Matejchuk. Charlie Ellick and Provorov. Logan Stanley. 33-year-old Logan Stanley. Logan Stanley's always younger than I think he is. Jet Greaves and Gidloff, I guess. Gidloff? I don't know. Not the best goaltending tandem. Although, like, in this game, I think Jet Greaves does fantastic for whatever reason. Let's see if we're charging people an appropriately high amount for their tickets. This being the conference final. Yes, we are. Okay. I believe in the Stanley Cup it goes up. If we can make it there. Okay, 7-game series. Columbus Blue Jackets, slightly better record than ours. So they're pretty good. Let's see what happens in game 1. Rasmus Dahlin with a power play goal on Jet Greaves. I think our top 6 matches well. I think our bottom 6 also matches fine. I like our defense by comparison, and I also like our goaltending much more. So, we'll see. Cutter Gauthier puts one in on Jet Greaves. They have the edge in shots, though, but we also have the edge in goals. That's called winning. 3-0, 3-1. The background colors are very similar, so it's going to be hard to tell which is which. Oh, man, that was the nice thing about the Habs. Blue and red. All right, third period, 3-1. Marchenko broke the shutout. Rasmus Dahlin with another power play goal on Jet Greaves. Excellent. Godfrey gets one back for Columbus. Power play for us. 39 shots on. Goodness. 40 shots on. We're both around 40? We both hit 40. So both goalies did a lot of work. 4-2 the final, though. Rasmus Dahlin with the Hattie. Wolf with the 38 stops for the win. Logan Cooley 2 assists. Again, our big lines, our big players are playing appropriately good big matches. So I am happy with that. We also took one in Columbus, which is fantastic. Owen Power with a power play goal. An Owen power play. Alec puts one in on Wolf, though, to tie it up again. Very little shots on. 5-on-3. Power play goal by Brad Marchand. Goodness, Brad. Doing work. Where would we be without Brad? 2-1 so far. They get one back, but we score immediately. Ladipov puts one in on Greaves. Logan Cooley gives us a little bit of room. 4-2. All right. Let's hit the third period. 4-2 so far. 5-2. A win power again. Voronkov puts one in, though. Voutilainen scores. Defense is doing, like, insane here. I don't even know. 6-3 so far. Marchenko scores to make it 6-4. But that is all. We take both in Columbus. Owen Power. Goodness. Look at that. Look at that lettuce. What a flow. 2 goals, 1 assist. Alec comes in with 1-1 and Ladipov with 1-1 as well. All right. Brad Marchand is being fantastic. Now, one of the reasons I was interested in Brad is, well, he's a performer in general. He's kind of like old at this point. 44 is really old for a hockey player. But he has 95 poise. 95. Which means he's holding his junk together in tough situations, which would be right now. So, he still can contribute. He's on the power play, apparently. And he's able to ride through the storms. as the old man that he is. Zach Werenski scores for Columbus. 1-0 so far, but Latipov scores again on Jet Greaves. Okay, 1-1. We're back to square. Matejchuk puts one in, makes it 2-1. But Hanzik scores again. Okay. New game going into the second. Never mind. Never mind anything you saw. Although it was like 2 goals on 4 shots for them. Logan Stanley with a power play goal. Lilleberg puts one in. 4-2 for Columbus. 5-2. Veleno puts one in. Wolf's having a tough time. Danton Heinen puts one in. Ellis is in net. Wolf got pulled. Logan Cooley gets one back, but it would be surprising if we could figure this out. Marchenko puts one in for 7. Okay. 7 goals on 16 shots. We just decided to hand out our jerseys at a local pub this game. Werenski with a power play goal. More like Werenski at this point, because we're getting rinsed. 8-3. Marchand says enough of this garbage. 8-4 victory for Columbus. I don't know what happened. Maybe the party started too early. Werenski 2-2. Marchenko with 1-2 and Veleno with 1-1. Now, hopefully that was their hurrah. But they take one in Buffalo. So we took 2 in Columbus. They take 1 in Buffalo. I don't understand what's going on. San Jose is up 2-1 on Chicago. So let's see what happens in the next game. Hopefully we take 1 at home. Give ourselves a 3-1 lead, and then we can see if we can lock this thing down. But we gotta win. We gotta not let them back in to tie the series. Like, kind of like the Montreal series went. We don't want it to become a best of 3. We want to get ahead on this. Power play for Columbus again. Nothing doing. It looks like it's kind of back and forth. Shots are even. Nothing happens in the first. 12-10 of the shots. Power play for Columbus. Again, nothing happening. We went... Okay, Werenski puts one in. He all of a sudden is to become a monster. I mean, he is, but, you know. More so now. Fantilli scores another one. 2-0 for Columbus. It's not good if we hit the power outage now. We were scoring, like, no problem. Jet Greaves goes insane. Wolf stopped 29, so, like, I don't know. He didn't have a bad game. Werenski with 1. 2-0 win for Columbus to tie the series up. Not what I was looking for. Not what I was looking for. Hopefully that game, the 8-4 game, didn't, like, you know, totally demoralize us or anything. Do we have any, like, significant injuries or anything? We don't. Okay. Okay. Well, series is square again. Best of 3 at this point. We're back in Columbus. So far, nobody has won at home. Lejunin puts one in on Jet Greaves. Fantilli gets a power play goal to tie it up. Nothing happening. Okay. Columbus has the edge in shots after 1. Game's tied. Power play for Columbus. Voronkov puts one in. Apparently Jet Greaves is just a maniac at this point. Oh, power play for Columbus. Nothing doing. Not like less than 10 left in the third though. We got to do something. Oh, well, Rinsky makes it 3-1. All of a sudden, we can't score goals. Like, they just locked us down. I don't know. Greaves, 23 stops, Vronkov 1, and Werenski 1-1. It's not like 23 shots against are like all that much, though. So we're not challenging the goaltender. We'll put ourselves behind the 8 ball, though. Of course, Jet Greaves has to go nuts. I don't think he's that much different than Dustin Wolf, though. We're just not scoring. It's the problem. I mean, if we're scoring goals, it'd be different games, but it seems like they've figured us out a little bit. I don't know, maybe it was that 8-4 game. Power play for us. 5-on-3? Nothing. Okay. "13 shots to 2 in the first period. Power play for us again, nothing doing. Power play for Columbus, also nothing doing. Power play again. We're exchanging power plays, nothing's happening. We're also not scoring goals. Jet Greaves is an animal. Basically Animal from the Muppets on the drums at this point. Voronkov puts one in. Third period, we're down 1. Season on the line. Gotta score a goal, guys. Can we score a goal? Anybody? Nope. Kurashev puts one in. Sillinger scores on Wolf. That's it. Season done. Apparently Jet Greaves is the second coming of George Vezina himself. Which is about on par. For some reason, Jet Greaves simulates incredibly well in this game. I don't understand. Nobody understands. Nobody understands. I don't understand. I don't know about you. I don't understand. We are eliminated by the Columbus Blue Jackets in the conference final. Sadness and woe. Sadness and woe. Sadness and woe. Alright. That was our closest bid, I think. That was our closest situation that it looked like we could do some things, but we got shut down by Jet Greaves. Shut down. Well, decided that you're an integral part of the organization. Decided to offer you $4.217 million a year for the next 5 years. I will do it. The Buffalo Sabres. I want to win the cup here. That is the hope. Oh, they went on to win the cup. So we lost to the... And the Cleveland Monsters won. They took everything. Their organization took it all. Columbus wins the cup. The Cleveland Monsters get the Calder. Apparently, just a stellar organization right now. Not angry at all. Not angry at all. Maybe a little. Baston wins the draft lottery. St. Louis drops to 2. Tampa, Ottawa, Los Angeles, Carolina, Calgary, Colorado, Vancouver, and Vegas. Alright. Failed all sorts of things. They just offered me a contract, though, so I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad. We gotta look at our contract situation, though. Because things are gonna change next year. The Voutilainen, we don't know what's going on. New Hook's coming up. Not sure what he wants either. Brad still wants to come back, maybe. I don't know. Go one day and see what happens. Let's view retired players. Is it Brad? Brad did retire. Okay. McKinnon. Nathan McKinnon. 1,422 games. 1,553 points. He ended up with a Stanley Cup, Hart Trophy, Ted Lindsay, Calder, and Lady Bing. Amazing stuff. Johnny T. He was with San Jose. How long did that happen? Oh, he was with Pitt for like 2 years. That's wild. I can't really imagine that. 41 years of old for Johnny T, though. 1,463 points in 1,658 games. Insane. Brad finished with us. 1,380 points in 1,670 games. Fantastic. The age of 44. Mark Scheifele also calls it a day. 39 years old. 1,234 points in 1,414 games. All these three guys had over 600 goals. Scheifele was closing in on 500. Tara Vinen, 994 and 1,272. Elias Lindholm retires. Michael Granlund. Shane Gostisbehere. Evander Kane, 40 years old, with Utah. I guess he was with the farm team. Carter Verhaeghe calls it a day. Jonathan Drouin. William Karlsson. He was with Boston at this point. Ekblad stayed with Florida. 36 years old, he retires. Bjorkstrand, Bertuzzi, Donato, Taves, Yanni Gord, Trevor Moore, Mackenzie Weegar, Stevenson, Vetrano, Dvorak, Kopp, Severson, Pollock, Pesci, Nick Paul retires. Alexander Kerfoot, didn't realize he was still there. Connor Brown retires. Darren Radish retires. Ilya Mikheyev, I like soup, he retires. Rasmus Ristolainen, goodness, 37 years of age, retires. Kuzmenko, Appleton, Jake McCabe retires at 38. Kasperi Kapanen, Pierre Engvall. All right. Goaltenders? Bob retires at 43. Who did he play for? Did he play for anybody this year? Last he played for was Colorado. In the NHL and the AHL. 43 years of age, though. Don't know any of his stats, because he probably hasn't played in like a year. Freddie retires. Bob had 553 wins in 1,000 games. That's nuts. 382 and 663 for Freddie. Pretty solid career for Freddie. UC Saros, 378 and 851. Tristan Jarry, 235 and 482. Matt Murray also retires. Korpisalo, Merzlikins, Vanacek, Wedgwood, Alex Lyon retires. Kakinen retires. All right. All right. Brad is now a coach. That is interesting. Rochester had a couple people retire. I don't think we had any retire on Buffalo, so maybe we can get Brad in there? I don't know. I don't think we can do that now. We'll have to worry about it in the off season. But let's take a look at our draft board for a second. Projected picks, we have 1. 30th overall. Take a look at the draft class. We're picking down here. There's a gem. Marshall McMuffin. Oh my goodness. Victor Hedman? Yes. Guy looks like a beast. What are we missing? We don't know ETA. Player style, ETA, and strength. Let's go with those. Readiness? This is NHL ready now. Two-way defender? Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's go... Do we know his personality? Does it say? Try. Consummate professional, I get along with everyone. Oh, I like this guy. Marshall McMuffin. Oh, Cal, you just missed the sadness. I suppose is actually less disappointing on your part. I made it to the conference final. And we took the first two games. And then got obliterated by Columbus. And they advanced to the Stanley Cup final and they won the cup. So we lost to the champs. And their farm team won the Calder Cup. So basically their organization took everything. So sadness and woe. And just general unhappiness in Buffalo. We went for wings. Yeah, that's... Doesn't that feel like the most losery consolation prize ever? At least we lost to the best. Still lost. Well, you know. That's okay. We found Marshall McMuffin, though, in the draft. The hope is he's pretty good. Let's see if there's any other gems out there. Ooh, there's a number. Well, we'll mark them. See what's going on. 3 years away. 3 years away. 3 years away. Okay. Exactly. That's... If you're gonna go to Buffalo, your silver lining might as well be wings. That's how it should be. See if there's anybody else here that looks kind of interesting. That's like 12th overall, so a little high for us. Same dude. Same dude. Hello! There we go. Not bad. Interesting. Okay. I think I know what I want to do, but let's take a look at contracts for a minute. Voutilainen's going to hit RFA. What do you got for us, bud? 7.1 for a year. He wants to get to UFA. I could take 7.1, but I'm not sure what he's aiming at. What is Newhook looking for? 3.75 for 3 years, so like slightly less than what he's making. Brad retired, so not going to worry about that. The rest of these guys, not too worried about either. What does our goaltending situation look like? Goalies? There we are. Wolf we have at 7.5 for this year and next year. And like nothing else is particularly important, I don't think. Ellis 1.2. Alright. I think we just go into the draft. I don't know if we have much to trade here. Like, especially if Voutilainen's not going to cost us a whole lot more. We got a lot of cost certainty going on so far. Carlson's going to be paid another 4, so that's going to be take up a bit of room. All right. Let's do it. Let's do the draft. Yeah, not doing that. We're collecting all the McMuffins is what we're doing. Let's take a look at rookie skaters for a sec. Is there anybody that's sort of, you know, not of interest? Olsen's a little young to worry about right now. Fox might be worth, you know, pitching over the side. Everybody else is kind of meh. I don't think anybody's going to be like looking for these guys, gotta say. All right. Is there anybody else that I'm looking to figure out? I'm hoping McMuffin can take a spot next year. Like he seems to be topping out in the AHL. The other thing is like, is he gonna grow anymore? He's got 2 X factors. It's hard to be like, no man, I don't want that guy. What does Hanzik look like? 2 years left at 3. Like, again, hard to worry about that one. And then it just sort of drops off into like whatever land. I mean, if we can give something for Snuggerud, then sure. He didn't even play. I guess we do, like stuff for next year, because our picks are not great usually. We'll just throw them up there and see what happens. Okay. Thing is, I don't think our team is that far off. I don't think we're doing anything crazy. I think we're just taking McMuffin. Question is do we want to... Do we want to sort of trade in? So let's take a look at the guys that we pinned. 44 would be the next closest. Left wing, 6 feet tall, 17 years of age. 3 years away. Is a gem. Foot speed is good. Loyalty is a concern. That's like later. Maybe we try and go for like Ramo and Nielsen, so we need like 94 and 199? 94 and 199? So 94 would be, or 90 would be 94? Be like the end of the third round. Let's say like 20 something. Trade with maybe the Rangers. Okay, let's go with the Rangers. I'm okay if we just swap picks and stuff. $90 and $186 maybe? For a second rounder next year. Maybe we can adjust that. Like a third and a fifth. Probably be very similar. That's not what I wanted at all. Let's try that. Will that work? Probably. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I do want to see... I do want to see if Fox can garner us anything. Third and a third, third and a fourth. A third and Bernard Docker. Third and a fourth, third and a third. Anybody like squeaking out a second? Another Hansit? Or no, that's Hronek. Okay, never mind. Matt and Paulo. We're back to the start. Can we see if the Jets would do like a second? Do they have a second? Do like this second? Boston, Calgary. Calgary could work. There's a Montreal Canadiens second. Let's see if that works. I'll throw in like a... Oh, that's not... Nope. We'll throw in a seventh. Yeah, okay. Can we upgrade a little? Like a fifth? Just a bit low. Okay, we can do a fourth. A fourth way out here somewhere. Okay, I'm good with that. I am good with that. Okay. Sim to 90. $206? What pick do we have? Oh man. Oh my goodness. Okay. Just a little swapperoo there, no big deal. Okay. I think we're good. We got 3 players. All of them are gems. We'll see if anything comes of it. Collecting McMuffins like Infinity Stones. Alright. We'll just re-up our scouts, no big deal. Does anybody look at the very bottom? Yeah, kinda. We'll let Kuhlman go. Fine. Pick up a scout. E- is okay. Okay. Just about everybody is signed. Mm-mm-mm. 11 mil in cap space. We'll qualify. That's fine. Still looking for... Oh, 7-7 over 5 years with a full no move. What do we do if we do no trade? Modified no trade. 50%. Clause structure full. That's pretty good. $6.9. It's a little bit of a bump in salary. 5 years at 24. What if we change the percentage? Doesn't affect it. I'm gonna try a little lower. I mean, I'm okay with a little bit of a salary bump. Let's go 7.5. You know what? Why am I splitting hairs? Let's see if that works. Okay. New hook, what are you looking for? 4.3. I don't know if I can satisfy that. Snuggerud we're gonna have to release. Sorry, boys. You just wanted too much dough. New hook. I just don't think I can be paying him more than like 3 something. Let's get these guys started on their entry levels. I'm gonna give these two a year. Olsen I'll sign. Sabrin, I guess, as well. Thompson doesn't want an extension. Bobkov? 73 at 22. I think we'll just release. Anybody that's unhappy, probably just gonna release them. These guys I think I'm okay with. Like, if they want to take two ways. Yeah, this Gromolgard is good. Grobenkin, two-way is fine. Havled, fine. Pert, fine. Ulrichsen, fine. Okay. Poulin? Probably fine as well. I think that leaves Newhook, really. RFA is Voutilainen. He wants an extension, but like 4 mil. I don't know. I'm okay with 2. It's gonna have to be a lot though, dude. I'm gonna have to final offer him. All right. We'll let him go. Scout is in. Scout is in. Okay. How we doing? New hook. Voutilainen signed. So Voutilainen signed for 6-9. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Oh, we still gotta do Ellis. Do we do Ellis? Like, how did Ellis do? Ellis has been fine, I think. Yeah, I don't know. That seems okay. We go out there and try and get Jet Greaves. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay. We're down to 3.7. So I don't know what to say. I can't afford what he's demanding, so we're gonna have to go with it. All right. Could use a Russian scout. How are you in Russia? A-, perfect. Okay. 4, 8, 9, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18. Oh, I guess Rask was one of them and I didn't re-sign him. Whoops. Nine, 13, 16, 17, 18. I mean, we'll just sign Backer too, and then we'll find a place for him. It's fine. Just get a couple of A-minuses. It's alright. Okay. Also, I want to take a look at coaching. Hire coach. Kind of interested to see where Brad is. He is an NHL associate coach. Defensive? His teaching specialty is defenseman. What? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. That is very odd. Okay, anyway. AHL associate coach. Again, let's go with teaching. Anybody good at teaching? We need an assistant coach, sorry. Assistant coach. Couple B-minuses in there. That's fine. Goalies. All right. All right, all right. We have limited availability in free agency. Adam Fantilli's available. That is wild. He just wins the cup and they can't... Well, he wants 14.3 million. Newhook is asking for 4.7 million. That is crazy. Maybe not. He's an 83. Keonk is kind of interesting for the bottom pairing. He's still a top 4 though, so I don't know. Jack Drury kind of fits the bill to replace Newhook. Alright, let's look at two-way. Hendrix Lapierre, always good for the A, you know. Third round pick seems pretty interesting. Sure. You never know with some players that are available. I want to take a look at the goalies for a sec. Nobody's jumping off the page at me here. Could go back to our previous option. Jacob Fowler. Yeah, nobody like crazy, you know? I don't know. Should be fine for the A. Alright. Let's take a look at the contracts for a second. Let's look at in the system. Start with goalies. Okay, that's good. Defenseman. Could use a little more on the defensive side of things. Centers specifically. Forwards. Do we have anybody else that's playing center? We have a left winger that plays center. We have 2 centers. We need some centers. Lots of wingers. We have 3 total that can play center. We need a couple more, I think. And defense. So, like 2 more defense. I would like somebody other than Pert actually as our 7th. Well, we're looking at a 6th and 7th at the. Well, hold on. Budalainen and Simashev. Yeah, we need a. We need a 6th defenseman. Prefer like a veteran. Portable. Defense. I mean, Logan Stanley might work. Defensive pairing 1 though. Strubal's a little expensive. Yonk is kind of interesting, but he's still rated as a top 4. Penalty killing lines. Gale Fleury. Defensive pairing 3. I'm somewhat worried about his playtime though. Played 10 in Pitt. Simon Benoit might actually work out. I'm okay with 1 year. He wants 2. Yeah, okay. We're gonna have to cut it down a little bit though. Can't cut it down much. Okay, 1.675. Not what I wanted. Alright, let's offer that. Very limited on contract space. I'm gonna have to see if there's... Is there anybody that is in there, but not, you know, not something where we're... Like, it's just taking up too much money for what they're doing. Doesn't really look like it. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really look like it. Okay, we'll see what happens. Let's give it a day. I'm guessing Ramo is the big piece there. Okay. I will do my best with what's there. Okay. Well, you know, still hiring people, but sure. Willing to accept our offer. Excellent. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Thank you, Jack, for your time. Okay. So we got Simon Benoit. Drury seemed to be what we wanted. So let's go back to affordable. Castellic maybe? Ryan Paling. Played a full schedule between Anaheim and LA. 7 goals, 20 assists, 19 assists, minus 24. I don't know. Kind of hoping for like a third line center-ish. Drury would have been good. Isamont might fit. He's a grinder, though. Not usually big on grinders. Nadeau doesn't fit. Tailing. Good work on bottom 6. A little pricey, but probably more of a fourth liner. I don't know. We might have to trade in, seeing depending on what we end up with. Drury seemed like the best fit. Okay, let's go to Zen. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Defensive depth is fine. Try that. See what comes up. Okay. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Okay. I think we'll call it a day for today, and then next time we'll do our like off-season stuff, finish up our lineup, whatever we need to do. Maybe we'll trade in for a third liner. I don't know. We'll see. That's pretty much it for today, though. Appreciate every minute you spend with me. Thank you for joining me for some more franchise mode action, management action. But it's too bad we couldn't make it happen again. Got to the conference final, one step at a time, I guess. And hopefully next year we can break through and get to the final. But thank you for your time. Appreciate every minute you spend with me. Have yourself a good Saturday. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now, folks.